The Federal Reserve decided to hold interest rates exactly where they are, while the S&P 500 continues to struggle and gold and silver soar. We'll talk about all that in this market update, along with a couple stocks that you can take a look at trading. Let's dive in. Starting with the S&P 500, we continue to pound out new highs. On Wednesday, yesterday, we made a new high on the S&P 500, but the Achilles heel of this bullish trend that we've been watching is the bearish divergence that continues to play out on MACD. This is a problem, and it needs to resolve, and it needs to resolve soon. MACD either needs to start carving out some new highs, or we're going to start to see the S&P 500 roll over. Now, the one saving grace, the one piece of truth that the bulls out there can hold on to is this semiconductor index. And we see that the semiconductor index continues to pound out high after high after high. And as we talked about a couple market forecasts ago, as the semis go, so goes the rest of the market. This is good news if you're optimistic on the S&P 500, but it doesn't negate the fact that we've got to do something with this bearish divergence. Now, yesterday, the Federal Reserve announced that they're going to hold interest rates at 3.75. This is not surprising. All of us expected rates to be held here, and the impact on the market was negligible. Now, what's not been negligible is the growth in silver and gold. This is almost unbelievable. Let's start with silver. If we go back to around August or so, we see that currently we are sitting at 225% growth. This is a regular chart. Let's put it on a logarithmic chart here. It still looks parabolic. This is an amazing explosion in the metals. Same thing with ticker symbol GLD, the ETF that tracks with gold. Also similarly parabolic from August up to current events. 68% growth in gold. This is amazing. One of the reasons gold and silver are exploding is because of their use in industry, specifically the growth and expansion of artificial intelligence. Silver in particular is used in those semiconductors, and as the need for silver increases, so has the value. Now, I've heard it said, and I agree with this, the best antidote to exploding metal prices is exploding metal prices. And here's why: because mines can go out and get more silver, they can get more gold and flood the market with liquidity. It's not the same way with stocks that have a fixed number of shares. So as we see the value of silver and gold explode, it's only a matter of time until the mines increase their production, take advantage of silver sitting at $118 spot today, and go ahead and sell that to the marketplace, which is probably going to bring price down at some point. Now, I don't know if that's going to be today or 2 months from now or a year from now. Right now, it's on a parabolic trajectory. So here's some fun you can have. We were talking in our Power Trader session about ticker symbol FCX, Freeport McMoran. And let's take a look at the trade that we placed this weekend in Power Trader. I think FCX is already responding to this, but I don't know that it needs to slow down. This is not going to be an immediate turn. They're going to keep ramping up production, and they're going to be selling this stuff and making even more money because the cost of mining didn't double or triple in the last month, but yet the value of the product that they're taking out of the ground did. So I think this is going to be very good news for Freeport McMoran. And maybe just wait for a pullback and jump on the bandwagon, or heck, start legging into some positions now. This thing could, in fact, this looks like, I didn't notice this in my prep, but man, just looking at this right now, that looks like a pennant pattern to me, which is what? It's a continuation pattern in a bullish trend. This could be, again, this isn't advice, but this could be something you hold on to a little bit longer than even, Monday, Tuesday this week. Amazing, right? Coming back to current events, here's that pennant pattern that we saw in Power Trader, and here was the explosion, gapping up as far this morning as almost $70 on FCX. Now, I don't have a strategy in my toolbox for figuring out when exactly is going to be the right perfect time to buy FCX. But here's what I'll say, and this is not trading advice, but if you got a couple bucks, it might be worth buying a few shares of FCX because it is on a parabolic trajectory. And as gold and silver and copper, which is one of their main exports or one of their main metals that are mined, as they continue to do well, FCX should do well. If you're looking specifically for a silver mine, a really good opportunity is First Majestic Silver Corporation, ticker symbol AG. Also, as silver is doing well, AG, First Majestic Silver, has done well. And if you see this pull back a little bit, especially using your stochastic oscillator, which is not going to be anywhere near pulled back right now, if you see this pull back a little bit, it could be an opportunity for you to get some First Majestic Silver on sale. If it's gold you're interested in, I would take a look at ticker symbol NEM, Newmont Corporation. They primarily specialize in gold mining and gold exploration. And again, as gold has done well, Newmont Corporation has done well. Now, yesterday, Tesla reported earnings, and here's a good example, again, of a company that beat on both earnings and revenue, yet you're seeing the result today is a little bit of a pullback on Tesla. And I'm concerned that this could be playing into a little bit of that bearishness that we're starting to see in the S&P 500. But here's some hope, again, for you bulls out there. Tesla really is just trading back to a support line. And this could be an interesting opportunity to look at taking on a Tesla trade. Let's pull up our stochastic oscillator, one of my favorites for finding stock on sale. We're not quite down below 20 yet, so this could fall a little bit further. But Tesla definitely finding a support, and if you were to break through this support line, it's a great opportunity to exit that trade. So you can have a pretty tight stop, which is going to give you some great position sizing. Also, reporting earnings today is Apple. Keep an eye on this. Earnings are going to come out right after the market closes, and we'll be watching to see how Apple moves, because if it gaps up or gaps down, it's likely going to pull the S&P with it tomorrow. So all eyes are on Apple. And that's today's market forecast. If you enjoy this kind of content, like and subscribe to this video so you can be notified immediately as soon as we release a new one. If you're interested in a funded trading account or participating in our Power Trader experience over the weekend, reach out to us, info@tradesmartu.com, and we'll be glad to get you some information. Until the next market forecast, blessings on your trades.